Hey everyone, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. This is all about the property news. And if you like what you see here, please make sure you leave a comment and you click the share button. I'm here every day at 8:30 to share all of the latest property breaking news so you don't have to go and look for it. Hi, I'm Rick Gannon. Welcome back to my channel. So it's bang on 8:30. We are live. Don't forget to say hi. Give yourself a shout out. That's what we do here. We've got a big community. We say hi to each other. We give you a shout out and then we do the property news. So please do type in the comments now your name and where you are watching from. That would be fantastic. Now, folks, while you're doing that, I just want to remind you that on Monday, I've got a 4-day masterclass. Now, it's just 1 hour a day. It's online. It's in my Facebook page. And I'm going to go through all the property strategies that are popular at the moment and how you can start and choose which strategy is best for you. Now, that is online. You do have to register. It's £5. That's all you're going to have to pay. Facebook take most of that anyway. And the reason we charge for it is because it makes for much a more engaged community and engaged program. So it's starting on Monday. The link is here. bit.ly/Rick Property. So get yourself registered. We only do a maximum of 50 people. We're almost sold out. It's a really good program. We've done this before and the interaction is massive. Okay. So first of all then, let's have a look. Who's on? Good morning, Julie from Hemel. You click the share button. Good morning, Richard. Nice to see you here. Doesn't say where you're from. Good morning, Mark. If you are watching from YouTube, folks, you need to say hi now as well. Good morning, Michael from Devon. And good morning to Paz watching from Brighton. Harry Krishnan, good morning from High Wycombe. Richard, Halifax, thank you. Michelle Carr from Wandsworth, thank you. You're the first YouTuber. If you're watching on LinkedIn, folks, now is your chance to say hi. Good morning, Ekin from London. And good morning to Mario, also watching from London. So give yourselves a shout out, folks. And if you do like what you see here, please click on that share button. So let's get into the news today. What's happening in the world of UK property investing? Although it's been said quite a lot this year, 2020 has been an unprecedented year in history and one in which the housing market has proved its resilience. Now, this is a report from propertyinvestortoday.co.uk, and that is according to the managing director of Fine and Country UK, who says that the house price growth has strengthened over the last year across the mainstream and prime markets, with a record number of sales in progress for this time of year. Now, the report continues. It's hard to believe that this time last year, the country was waiting with bated breath to see who would occupy number 10 for Christmas after the third election in just 5 years, and Europe was top of the agenda. Now, a year of COVID has dominated headlines and it's seen Brexit slip down the priority list, although with final ties set to be cut from January the 1st is now back on the agenda. Now, the report goes on to say that the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic has affected how we use our homes significantly. Now, a garden was the most popular search term across the housing market throughout the whole of 2020. Followed by detached, and then rural, and then scheduled, according to Zoopla in the top 10 list. I don't know why they got scheduled there. Secluded, yes. With nearly a quarter of the workforce currently working from home, and many predicting that a full-time return to the office is unlikely, additional space continues to be a priority, with larger homes seeing the most significant rise in interest. Now, further analysis shows activity across the housing market this autumn has set new records, and the number of sales agreed was up 50% in October, with properties sold in just 49 days, some 15 days faster than a year ago, according to Rightmove. Now, according to HMRC, an estimated 105,000 transactions completed in October, the highest monthly figure since March 2016, and that's up 8.1% year on year. Meanwhile, gross mortgage lending is at its highest level since the housing market entered lockdown in March. And that data is from the Bank of England. Now, what's more, the NAEA Property Mark reports that the number of prospective buyers per branch reached an average of 451, and that's a record for the month of October. The Data Loft Demand Index and Rightmove have both reported an uptake in demand during the first week of lockdown 2 across England. Now, the report says that the Chancellor's spending review, on November the 25th, made sober reading against the backdrop of a resilient market. COVID-19 has caused the economy to shrink by 11.3% this year, with public borrowing at a record high and unemployment anticipated to reach 2.6 million, which is 7.5% by the middle of 2021. However, continued government financial support and the extension to the furlough scheme to March will help many, and the introduction of a successful vaccine program will undoubtedly aid economic recovery. As it stands, the Office for Budget Responsibility forecasts the economy will grow by 5.5% over 2021 and 6.6% in 2022. But what will the new year bring? Rightmove says there are currently 650,000 more home purchases in the pipeline than there was a year ago, as buyers seek to make the most of property taxation savings before the 31st of March. Forthcoming changes to capital gains tax and for overseas purchasers in the form of a 2% surcharge from April are also impacting activity across the capital. And the unanswerable question at present is what will happen to the market post-March, with many calling for an extension to the stamp duty holiday due to the number of sales caught in the conveyancing process. A consensus of independent forecasts suggests price growth will soften over the course of 2021, with stronger capital growth expected to return in 2022. Interesting thoughts there, folks. I'll be interested in your comments. Lots of people still saying good morning. Good morning, Patricia, West Yorkshire, and Andrew from Lincoln, Kurtan from Hertfordshire, and Steve from Devon, and Koshi, good morning. Doesn't say where you're from. Yemi, good morning, watching from Romford, and Pippa, just in there, good morning, watching from Cornwall. Next on today's news, a YMCA chief executive claims that the proliferation of HMOs may be endangering private tenants. Now, let me just pause that there. Can I ask you a question, please? Now, I ask this to a lot of people and I can't get a definitive answer. Do you say HMO or HMO? Now, I say HMO because that's how it should be pronounced. Are you in the H camp or the H camp? Can you just put a comment in? Because I just don't know what the right thing is to say anymore, because people say it very differently. H or H? Back to the news. Alan Fraser, chief executive of the YMCA Heart of England, writes in The Guardian that there is now an industry growing up advising landlords about the financial gains made from HMOs. He cites the HMO website as an example. Fraser says the growth of HMOs is partly down to landlords taking advantage of housing benefit rules, which link the amount of rent that can be claimed principally to the number of bedrooms. As long as the bedrooms are above the minimum habitable size, then it doesn't actually matter what the overall size a rental unit is. This has incentivized the practice of cutting up houses to increase the number of bedrooms irrespective of the space available. He gives an example of what has happened in Birmingham, where the local housing allowance for a 3-bedroom house let to a single household is £674.99 a month. If the landlord lets out the same house to 3 individuals as a HMO, they can claim 3 lots of the shared accommodation rate, which is a total of £873.39 per month. Now, he goes on to say, but if they cut the 2 double bedrooms in half and turn the dining room into another bedroom, they can potentially claim 6 lots of the shared accommodation rate. which is £1,746 a month. That's an additional £1,000 a month for renting out the exact same house. Fraser then goes on to attack private landlords using the taxpayer to artificially inflate their investment returns, but he says a solution is at hand. He suggests housing benefit rules be changed to link the amount of rent that can be claimed to the amount of floor space being let. In the example above, this would mean that the landlord of a 3-bedroom house could claim no additional housing benefit when letting it out as a 6-bedroom HMO. Conversely, he says that a landlord who built a large, spacious 3-bedroom family home could claim more housing benefit than one who tried to squeeze 4 bedrooms into a space that can only comfortably accommodate 2 people. Interesting thoughts. Right, so H or H? Beata, H. Yeah, that's what I say. So we're right. Paz, you're H. Yes, absolutely. Julie, in Essex, we proudly pronounce our H's. So for me, it's H. Oh, Julie. No. Andrew saying multi-let. All right, you can call it multi-let if you like. Latter, what, H? Andrew, is it H or H? What a dick. Andrew, I do hope you're not talking to me. I know you're not. Beata saying H. Come on, folks, let's have this vote. Are you in the H or the H camp? I need a definitive answer before this news feed ends because I'm sick to death of having this conversation. Is it H or is it H? Don't be afraid to type it out. It's just a bit of fun. Next on today's news feed. Insurance provider Barclay Alexander have launched a landlord legal expenses and rent guarantee product for use under COVID-19 restrictions. The company claims that many rival insurers stopped sales of this type of product earlier this year in the light of eviction bans and the worsening economic outlook, adding to uncertainty in the lettings sector. At the outset of restrictions, it was no surprise that many insurers pulled out of landlord legal expenses and rent guarantee products. But we are able to provide this product for our brokers and advisors, giving them a valuable point of differentiation, get my teeth back in, and providing their landlord clients with surety. Now, according to Mark Hutchings, the MD of Barclay Alexander, the product is offered on a 12-month policy term. It will pay 100% of rent arrears paid up to possession and has a range of benefit levels and indemnity periods up to a maximum of £2,500 and for up to 6 months. The product will also cover the policyholder for legal disputes in relation to the tenancy agreement, pursuit of rent arrears and legal defence cover. It provides mediation and eviction costs of up to £25,000. I've got a tickle in my throat again. All right, let's have a look here. All right, so Andrew, H. Curtin, H. Yes. Lorraine, ain't it H? Lorraine's obviously next door watching on YouTube. Carl, H. We're winning. Pippa, H. Ben saying housing benefit hardly covers the cost of a nice room. Andrew, sorry Rick, I wasn't being rude about the author of that report. I know. Falarki, you're saying H. No, you're losing. The H camp's winning. Yemi, H. Michael, H. Koshi, H. Alessandra, H. Andrew, products sound good. And Diego, H. No, Diego, you're losing. Everyone's saying H. Everyone's in the H camp. Harry Krishnan, H. And Kirtan, please can you give me the insurance company's name? Yes, let's do it. I love doing news feeds, when I get a real bad tickle in my throat when it's live. All right, so that was, folks, Barclay Alexander. All right, so I'm going to put that in the comments. I'll copy it. The product was called Barclay Alexander. It won't let me do it now because I'm live, will it? Yes, it will. So here we go. Let's paste it in there. All right, so the insurance company that we've just done the report on is Barclay Alexander. All right, so get them, drop them a line. It doesn't give their website details, unfortunately, but I'll leave that on the screen just for a second. Next on the list for today, according to which, let me just change that there. According to which property survey, their market predictions Well, they say that there's optimism around the property market right now, with Rightmove saying the average time to agree a sale fell to just 49 days in November. Now, experts are split on whether this will last. However, with some believing the market and the house price growth could slow down once the government's coronavirus financial support schemes and the stamp duty cut come to an end. Halifax say that the housing market will eventually feel the effects of the economic downturn. It's got to, right? It has to. With greater downward pressure on house prices in the medium term. Nationwide have said the winding down of the government support schemes could dampen housing activity, and Rightmove has said the market is likely to continue performing well in the short term, but buyers and sellers still need to be mindful of the wider economic concerns. Zoopla believes that growth may slow down in 2021, but says it doesn't expect house prices to fall before the end of next year. The Centre for Economics and Business Research predicts house prices could fall by 14% in 2021. That's a big number. That's the kind of number that we were talking about before lockdown 1 and Brexit. Will the stamp duty cut affect house prices? Well, mid-range buyers in the more expensive parts of England are likely to be the biggest beneficiaries of the stamp duty cut, with savings of £10,000 on a £400,000 property and £15,000 on a £500,000 property, encouraging more moves. In the short term, this could theoretically make house prices rise, especially on properties in sought-after areas with commuting distance of major cities. But buying a home based on stamp duty cuts could be a dangerous move, as you might pay a premium now and then see the property's value fall over the next 12 months. So when considering how much to offer, do your research and remember that the estate agent works for the seller. So they'll be looking to get as high a price as possible. If you're unsure, consider taking advice from another agent or a specialist buying agent. Find out more on the stamp duty calculator on how much you can save. So the question is, have I left it too late for the stamp duty cut? Well, the stamp duty cut has placed a huge strain on estate agents and housing surveyors and conveyancers, and the increased demand has resulted in house moves slowing down significantly, with reports of mortgage valuations taking weeks to come through and legal work being caught in a logjam. So a group of 14 trade bodies from across the country wrote to the Chancellor in November to ask him to extend the stamp duty break by at least 6 months to help them cope with the demand and to ensure that deals go through. It remains to be seen whether these pleas will be successful, but if you are looking to buy a home before the stamp duty holiday ends in March, the clock is ticking. What do you think? Do you think it's going to be extended? I'm not sure. I'm not sure it will. Having said that, the government have, up until now, surprised us with last-minute decisions, haven't they? Koshi, not allowed to cough now, COVID, unless proven otherwise. I'm isolated here. I can't turn my camera around because it's fixed to my computer. There's nobody here. It's just me in this room. We've got another 2 offices next door, and I'm here. I'm good. I don't have symptoms. It's just a dry throat. That's all. Patricia saying thank you. Kirtan saying thank you. No problem. So, folks, we have won with the H camp. We've got, right, let's do the count. For H's, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13, 13, 13. Right, we've got 13 H's versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 13 versus 6. If you're in the H camp, then you win. So it's the H's that win, folks. It's the H's that win. We're back in the room. H's, The H is the win. All right, awesome. Folks, don't forget, I've got a property boot camp coming up on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 1 hour a day, starting at 11 o'clock. I'm going to go through the strategies that people are talking about right now that are the ones I feel are future-proofed, ready for 2021. I'd love you to take part. It's private. It is ticket only. It's £5, I think, or $5.99. You've got to buy it through Facebook. That's the link, bit.ly/Rick Property. There's a few tickets left. We go up to about 50. It is online. It's amazing. The contribution's amazing and the engagement is amazing as well. So I'd love to see you there. I'm going to leave that there on the link and you can click on it on the comment section rather than clicking on the page. So it's https://bit.ly/Rick Property. Folks, that's it from me today. If you like what we do here, please tell your friends. Go out there, click on the share button, click on the follow button, and I'll see you back here tomorrow at 8:30. Don't be late. I'm Rick Gannon. Welcome back to my channel.